Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Unit Lost. My name is Kirioth and I've been playing some Gat Out of Hell, which is the latest title in the Saints Row franchise, and it's about 15 quid and is essentially Saints Row 4 DLC, but it's standalone. Kind of. Now, before we go any further, it's important to point something out, right? While Gat Out of Hell is a standalone title, it's basically got exactly the same mechanics as Saints Row 4. Right down to the super sprinting, the flying, the destructive powers, so like your AoE stomp and you kind of aura thing that sets people on fire. The gunplay is exactly the same. The driving is exactly the same. Not that you actually need to drive because you can super sprint, you can fly, so why would you? And the upgrade system, where you can improve your abilities and stats and weapons and so on, is exactly the same as well. Right down to, by the way, the still annoying screen that it gives you after you've upgraded something. You know, when you upgrade a thing, and then it gives you another screen that says the thing has been upgraded, and then you've got to click or hit enter to go back to the previous screen to upgrade it again. That's irritating. Why is that still in there? Stop it. Apart from that though, none of it is really a bad thing, because Gat Out of Hell is actually still really enjoyable. It's set in hell, obviously, and you play Johnny Gat, or Kinsey Kensington, if you're weird. I mean, why would you not play Johnny Gat? His solution to everything is shoot it in the face.
I'm gonna shoot the devil in the face.
And essentially what you're trying to do is save the President of the United States, which is you, if you played Saints Row 4. So your character is the President, and now your character that you don't play, because you play Johnny Gat if you're sensible, or Kinsey if you're an idiot, your character has been kidnapped and taken to hell. So it's, you know, it's standard Saints Row stuff. The same humour's there, and it's still used really well. The voice acting is pretty top notch, in my opinion, especially Shakespeare. If you get to Shakespeare, good lord, I like Shakespeare, quality. The world is actually really nicely designed as well. I really like the look of it, even though it's hell and it's, you know, made up of rocks, lava, fire, rocks, lava, a few more rocks with some roads between the rocks and another rock. It actually isn't boring to look at, and it's not boring to be in either, which is quite an achievement when it's kind of all the same colour palette. So you've got the usual sort of mass of quests and objectives and targets and collectibles and all that. The collectibles, some of them will allow you to upgrade your powers, which again, if you played Saints Row 4 you'll be used to, and the amount of content in there actually should give the game quite a bit of longevity, even when you finish the short story, and the story is short. And of course you can just cause havoc whenever you feel like it, any way you feel like it, which obviously increases the longevity even more, especially if you like shooting demon police in the face. All in all, I'm actually really enjoying Gat Out of Hell, but there is an issue that is kind of dampening that, and it's something that I can't quite get past. So the problem that I'm having with Gat Out of Hell is that while it is standalone, it takes place directly after Saints Row 4, and it makes the assumption that you've played and completed Saints Row 4, which I have not, right? I didn't even get more than about 3 hours playtime in Saints Row 4, so actually quite a few of the characters and the references and stuff are just completely lost on me. Like, people are being introduced and I'm just, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm like, okay, well they clearly know this guy. Why do they know him? You know what? There's a familiarity there that I have no clue where it's come from or what's caused it, and that, you know, that can drag you out. It's not like Far Cry Blood Dragon where you can just pick it up without any prior knowledge of the series. This is full-on Saints Row 4 DLC without the need to own Saints Row 4. And while that's, you know, that's going to be great for fans of the game, it's not so great for everyone else. Now, they do advertise this fact. They do say that, you know, you can do all the things you did in Saints Row 4. Now you're in hell. Now you're playing Johnny Gat. They reference the game. They tell you that, you know, this is what it is. But the fact is that while Gat Out of Hell is fun and enjoyable, it's not actually a standalone title, because it's tied into the previous game so heavily. It's a standalone game that cannot stand alone, not because the gameplay of the story doesn't hold up by itself, because actually it could. I'd be perfectly happy with essentially a reskin Saints Out of 4 with a shorter story for 15 quid, because, you know, if it was done well, which this is, it would be fine. But the problem is that the story isn't its own standalone story. It's tied into the events of the previous game, and there are references to the events of the previous game. So because it's been made as DLC and not its own distinct separate title, it doesn't hold up by itself. You need to have played the previous game. I mean, unfortunately, you simply won't get full enjoyment out of Gat Out of Hell if you haven't played through Saints Row 4. And if you didn't find Saints Row 4 to your liking, then, well, Gat Out of Hell is a big no-go, frankly. The thing is, I didn't play all of Saints Row 4. I enjoyed the little bit I did play, but I never got round to finishing the game. Gat Out of Hell is just the right length, I think, for me. I'm easily going to finish off the story, and I'll probably keep playing it for a bit longer after that. But I do wish that it had just been a bit more of its own thing, you know? A bit more separate, a bit more standalone for your standalone money. I mean, if you loved Saints Row 4, then Gat Out of Hell is absolutely worth the price. If you liked Saints Row 4, then, you know, still go for it. If you haven't played it, well, to be honest, I can't really recommend Gat Out of Hell to you, because I feel you're not going to be getting the full enjoyment for your money. So, there you go, guys. I hope you found that interesting and helpful, and, well, I will see you next time. Toodaloo.